And how about now? All right, let's start over. Hey guys, I'm Doctor McFarland. I'm going to change some strings as I take questions. So, wow. I forget one little thing and it ruins the whole live stream. Well, thanks for letting me know. Maybe that's why there'll be not a lot of people came in at first. He's like, the dude's talking, but I don't hear anything. This guy's an idiot. Well, little did you know. Little did you know. I have my moments. Like everybody does, I'm sure. Okay. So loosen the string. Loosen the locking tuner on the back. And then pull the string through like so. Wrap it up. Now, some people will get really, really creative and they take these strings and they make little art stuff out of them, like bracelets and necklaces and whatever. I don't need that string yet. I need this string. Maybe I'll give it to my children and they can have some fun with a little string project or something. So what happened with the audio is I used Audiocast to capture the loopback channel from the RME Total Mix software, and I just didn't have the software, the Audiocast turned on, so therefore I should have known that. I should have checked, but I wasn't thinking, guys. I'm sorry. I had a pretty good day today, not too long. Did a lot of testing with 4K screens and lag time. Apparently, Apple really likes to change things up every few years on their machines, and it wreaks havoc on certain software, which is fine. So, okay. All right, now I am doing the third string now, which is my G string. And so I'll leave the broken D string on for now. Let's do it this way. So go ahead and ask me those questions. Yeah, I know it's black and white. I know. Now, if I don't have it in black and white, this is what happens. I think that the coloring is weird. I mean, this is a fairly decent webcam, but I'm just not a big fan of it. DSLR is definitely a lot better. But I'm just going to keep it in black and white for now. You got to watch them cats. Yeah, Gretsch P90. That's cool. The Gretsch P90. What am I doing? Okay, I need to keep turning until this is parallel. Or actually, yeah, parallel. The hole. And then I'm going to loosen the back. And that pops right out. So doing it this way, you keep the tension on the whammy stuff. The tremolo bar. Which is funny because it's a change in pitch and not in volume. So it's really a vibrato bar. But somebody didn't know what they were talking about way back in the day. We're going to call it vibrato when it's really tremolo. We're going to call it tremolo when it's really vibrato and whatever. You all know what I mean. Okay. Now, Andrew, I just traded my it was a Chapman ML3 semi-hollow with two P90s. It's a cool guitar. I just didn't want it anymore. But yeah, P90s are definitely a very cool sound. I got some more Kiesels on the way, but after this, which I'm sorry, I keep talking away from the microphone. Let me try this. Let me put it around here so you can kind of hear me a little bit better. I need another guitar like a hole in the head, but there's a lot of cool guitars out there. That'll be neat to show off. So maybe, just maybe, I can get a few review guitars in the studio. Alright, so we got a pitch on that one, so I'm going to hold off. Alright, the next one's going to be 5 and 2. So certain different string manufacturers do this different ways. That's just how webstrings.com does it. Webstrings.com. Hey. Alright, so I'm doing the 5 now, which is going to be this one. So 765. B-O-E-O-E-O-E-O-E-O. Living the dream. Well, I got conned into the belief that, the prices are going to go up, so I better order them now, kind of thing. But really, these are going to be pretty cool guitars. One's going to be a PRS style guitar. One is going to take the place of the Les Paul I just sold. So it's going to be an LP style dual humbucker. It's going to be black with metallic flake, like gold metallic flake. It's going to be really neat. I have another 7-string coming, which is going to be purple-ish, and it's going to be flame top purple. It's going to be really cool. I'll show you some pictures here in a bit. Kiyoki, do you mean guitar-wise? Guitar-wise, I have a few Kiesels now, which I really like. And I still have some Reverend guitars. I do have a few up for sale. Only really because I like Reverend. I've loved them for years. But I'm really just in this mindset to where I really enjoy stainless steel frets. And Reverends do not have stainless steel frets. And so at this point, it's either sell the guitars for about, $800 or so, and then just, take the money and run. Or I keep, some guitars that I really like and wait until the frets start getting really bad. Like I just keep playing on them for the next few years till the frets need dressed or something. And then at that point, I spend the money and get stainless steel frets put on. Because I really just don't want to spend more money on maintenance on guitars. I just want to buy the guitar once and not have to do anything else to it. In my perfect world here. But yeah, I still have some Eastmans over here, which I can. That's the goal of this channel here in the next over the next month or two, is kind of go through my guitar collection. What is this, number 2? And kind of show off the guitars. And then if one sells in the meantime, it's just what happens. I also need to raise some money to finish the bathroom for the studio, which is down in the garage. I was really hoping that project would be done a lot sooner, but the guy that was helping out, he had to take a break to go help somebody else out, and therefore we kind of had to put the bathroom on the back burner, which allowed me to let my guard down and then spend more money that I didn't really need to. I'm kind of airing out my own personal demons right now. You're like, man, that guy's an idiot. He don't know how to handle his money. Well, you got to live and learn sometime. And the only lesson that you can get is learn not to spend all your money. But I also review stuff on the channel. So in order to review stuff, if the company doesn't want to send it to me on loan or just for free. Wow, it's a tight nut right there. Kiesel, come on now. Yeah, I just have to buy the stuff and then review it and then keep it for a little bit and then more than likely sell it at a loss, which is never fun, but maybe this year I'll just be more patient and then reach out to companies that I can do review for. Because I don't necessarily want to keep all the stuff. I mean, I wouldn't mind them just sending me stuff and then I review it and then I send it back. I'm perfectly fine with that. I don't need this studio does not need to be a guitar store just full of stuff. That doesn't do anything for the creative mind. Well, where's my hole? Where is my hole? Wow. That was really hard to see. So hard. All right, tighten down the lock on the back. Turn it till you start hearing a pitch. And also the strings are pretty loose right now, so the bridge has been sunken down a little bit. But that'll be good for now. We'll go ahead and cut this. Now, a really funny story. Back when I started playing guitar in Albertville, Alabama. 4-1. Okay. I got my first guitar and somehow I broke a string. So I went to B&C Music, which is no longer there in Albertville, Alabama. And they sold me one string, which I then went home, tried to put on the string, and then broke that string. So then I had to go back to the store, buy another individual string. And I finally figured out how not to break it by not tuning it as high. And since then, I've enjoyed the process of changing strings over and 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 over. Okay, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this one, Billy? I might have to do this here. Let's just go ahead and cut this off. And then push it through with one of these thicker strings. Check the comments here again. Well, my wife would really like me to have a toilet for the studio, so. All right, how to get this thing out. How to get it out. There we go. Got it. Da-ding. Shutting, da-ding. Okay. The fourth string is now going in. But yeah, if I want to relax on a Sunday afternoon watching sports, I just pull a guitar out that I need to change the strings on. and just start doing the process. Just taking them off, putting them on, stretching them, tuning them up, loving on them a little bit. I did this interesting thing with Aaron Short at the NAMM show. We saw this YouTuber that does live streams or records people singing with him live. Well, I'm not much of a singer, so I just wanted to jam with him on my guitar, which I had on me at the time. But yeah, I think it's the Guitarado. So I don't know, whatever his channel is. But maybe he'll get that edited and released sometime here soon. Because it was kind of fun. And I don't want him to release it just to say that I'm on a really cool channel. But it was just a fun experience, and I hope he does upload it so I can share it with my kids and my wife and my friends and stuff. I was basically just like, hey, you pick a song that you want to sing, and I'll just play some licks and jam along with you. So we picked, I think, a Aretha Franklin song of some sort. And then we had some fun. We had some fun. There at the NAMM show. Now, I have a guitar tool that's conveniently in the house. Otherwise, I would use that to like wind the strings a lot faster. But yeah, I just don't. I don't have it. Pull this through. I got one string left. Now this process usually takes about, I don't know, 10-ish minutes or so, 10, 15 minutes. Depending on what else I got going on. Wow, if I can see. And then after that, you got about another 5 to 10 minutes of stretching the strings, getting it all tuned up, ready to rock. The last time I ordered strings off of webstrings.com, they were all 11 gauge strings. And I think my hands just can't handle 11 gauge anymore. I prefer the 10 gauge strings. I tend to play a little bit lighter these days. Not so heavy of a touch. All right, now, with that bridge being kind of sunken in or going back a little bit, we're going to have to slowly tune the strings up the pitch. And then and just let that bridge and kind of get settled in a little bit. I will use the Strobo Plus HD tuner, which I did see my friend Aaron use, and it's a good tuner. I was like, hey, I'm gonna buy one of them things. And I did. And I did it. Alright. Got my input. This is the same one that Phil McKnight uses. Okay, that's supposed to be a B. I have it on E. Okay, close enough. That's on a G. Now it's on an E. A. C sharp, pretty close. I kind of want all the strings to get like equal tension at first. So I'm just going to do a little half steps until I get up there. All right, checking the comments again. Let's see what you got. Aaron Short's in the house. What up, Aaron? Yeah, so Aaron, he'd sang Wonderwall. Because he's British and he sounds just like Oasis. I love you, Aaron. I really do. Yeah, he sang really good. There was tons of great singers there that night, showing off them sweet skills. And I was like, hey, I want to jam right now. Just let me just jam with my guitar. Let that be my voice, if you will. So I really do. I hope he posts it sometime within, eventually. Didn't have to be right away, but it would be nice if it was within the next 2 to 3 months. I don't know what his backlog looks like, because he shoots he had to have shot maybe 10 songs that night, maybe more, because he was jamming even before we got there. So, all right, so I'm getting closer to pitch. I'm just crap. Did it again. Turn the wrong thing. Yeah, I'm going to do some review videos on these Kiesel guitars. They are immaculately made, very, very well. But the tuners, for instance, they kind of catch every other turn or so. It's kind of annoying. I'm not sure why that is. Ginger ale. Yes, Aaron, I was shredding like Santana, for sure. Maria. So do you do a lot of recordings for people? Yes, I do. I do a lot of demo work. I work with a guy up in New York that writes songs, and he sends me the rough cut of the lyrics and him playing on his iPhone. Then he sends me that, and I flesh out the drums, bass, guitar. Usually bring in a singer to do some singing because you don't want me to sing. Then I mix it, and then I send it on back. And then he tries to submit it to people to get a cut on an album or whatever they do these days. But yeah, I got a few projects lined up in the next 3 months or so. Gonna do a few singles for a band. Possibly gonna mix a metal album for a high school friend. And that he contacted me the other day. Maybe. I mean, we'll see. He said he was interested in hiring me to do that. So I'm happy to do that for a small fee for my time and expertise in recording for the past 25 years or so. Not saying I'm perfect or I haven't won any Grammys yet, but I feel like I have a pretty good ear for producing, for vocals, for guitar tones, all that stuff. Okay, now. Ooh, Andrew. Playing with 12 gauge strings, you beast. See, I recently acquired a PRS CE24. I traded 2 Chapman guitars for it, and it's the semi-hollow version. But actually, the SE stuff looks very promising. Like the David Grissom guitars look really cool. But that price range does not have, guess what? It does not have stainless steel frets. And I am just very leery about buying another guitar that doesn't have stainless steel frets. So only a core purist is a real purist. Yeah, give it to him, Aaron. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so that guy just posted some Nam singers, so it could be the next video. Yeah, very. It's probably coming up. Hey, that IHOP food was really good. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I ordered steak and eggs. It had a big old steak with hash browns, eggs, and 3 huge pancakes. I couldn't believe it. I got all that food. It was nuts. And me and Aaron also ordered a milkshake with our meal as well. So, oh, eating like kings. Yes, give me my milkshake and pancakes, please. Oh, man, it was so good. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. So this process here, I kind of start on top and just start lightly tugging on the strings here. Then I move my finger down as I also tug down the string. I don't know if this is a good technique or not. This is what I've been doing for the longest time. And it tends to work pretty good. So once I get all the way through this process once, then I'll go back and retune. And it's actually looking pretty good. So the less it goes back out of tune, the closer I know I am to being done. So that's on F sharp. Okay, let's do some stretching again here. Yeah, and that bridge has now come up nice and flat like it was before. So, golly, it's headphones. I knew the string was about to break today because it kept going out of tune. And actually, the B string kept going out of tune, but it was a G string that broke. No, sorry, it was the D string that broke. So I knew that the tension was kind of getting off, and then eventually it just snapped. It broke right down here by the saddle. Yeehaw, saddle up, partner. Stretchy, stretch, stretch. Stretchy, stretch. Now, I have to look this up, but you can look it up as well. But strings can actually handle like 10 or 12 pounds of tension or something like that before they break. Well, I think on a high E string, you can start tuning it up maybe like a third, almost a fourth until it breaks. Something like that. So that kind of lets you know how much tension that you can have. Okay. Let's go ahead and plug into my little headrush core over here. Somebody was commenting about golly, about the headrush. Let's see what I got. I'm going to have to add. Let me switch my... change this around here. Let me switch my view. Did this one. All right, there's the headrush core. And I'm back to color. Like in The Wizard of Oz. It's pretty good. I am obsessed with stainless steel frets. I have seen the light, Aaron, and I can't go back. I'm not really sure about that, but I see more and more brands on Amazon, like really cheap brands, like $300 or $400 guitars come with stainless steel frets. So, I mean, it can't be that hard. And Quad Cortex forever. Yeah, that's right. I don't know. A lot of luthiers say that it wears down their tools a lot faster. I just don't care anymore. I'm like, give me stainless steel frets so I never have to get fret work done again. Please. All right, so, man, there is a glare. There is a glare over there. I can't see. Let me try this. I can't see the screen. All right, so head rush. We're going to bring in a little... I mean, honestly, let's just go with my tried and true amp here. Let's go with the Black Mini. And then with my cab IR, I'm going to bring in my own personal IR. Load IR. User. Doctor McFarland. That's me. And then there's a... Okay. Let's bring up the gain a little bit. I'm actually going to bring up my headphones, turn down my microphone just a bit. Something like that. Okay, this is the bridge pickup. This is a Illusionist pickup from Kiesel. I feel like it has some good mid-range to it, but it's not too barky sounding. All right, let me bring in a really nice reverb I'm going to do a video on maybe tonight. It's the Party Verb, and it's the Lush Sparkle. Check this out. Very shimmery. Okay. Now that might be too much for some people. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring down the mix of that. Maybe the gain. Yeah, the gain. Okay, then after this, I'm going to bring in another reverb to kind of help dampen the first one. So we'll try this one. Yes, sir. So that's a cool sound, right? Excuse me. Oh no. I think I sent this to the wrong person. I'm not sure what's going on. All right, Brett Phillips. Let's check this out. Man, I love the core, but I wish they taught people more about setting up the unit in the settings. Setting up the unit in the settings. Well, there's the manual. And there are my videos here on YouTube, which should be pretty helpful, but What particular questions do you have about the headrush? Alright, that's a very clean sound. But let's crank the volume on this amp just a little bit. And then we'll turn down the main here. So what I try to do first when setting up an amp on any Mahler, just not the headrush, but any Mahler, I try to get the tone I like first, and then I adjust the output volume accordingly, so I'm not pushing the volume past a certain point. And that allows me to have a very consistent gain stage from the unit, and then going either to an interface or the front of house in a live situation. So that sounds pretty good. Okay, I'm going to tune a little bit more here. And I like how it spills over when you're tuning. So that way it's not just like an abrupt sound. See, that has some play in there. See, that kind of crap. What is that? Stop it. I think I'm going to contact Kiesel about that. Because it should be smooth. So smooth. And it's not. Okay. It could just be their black machine heads doing that. I'm not sure why, though. I'm not sure why they'd be doing that. But anyway, it's a pretty guitar. So you can see here on the screen, I'm hitting right below that 0 mark. And that allows me to keep my main volume here around the 7 area. And then I know I am hitting a good, healthy level going into the DAW or recording software. Francis is in the house. Yes, sir. Yeah, Brett, that alt guitar source, that's been around since the original Headrush pedal board. I have about a 5 or 6 year old video talking about that, and it's still very, it still pertains to this day. It just might look a little different or in a different spot. But essentially, for all you that are not aware, you have 1/4 inch outs and you have XLR outs. And you can assign either the XLR to send the full rig out to the front of house. And then you can use the 1/4" outs, or you can assign the alt output to 1/4". And that will essentially, then you can also choose which source you have. So typically that would be the input of your cab or your IR. And that's why I always put the cab or IR toward the end of the signal chain instead of like in the middle, right beside the amp head. So that way I can send the full signal out of the XLR, but then send a 1/4" to an amplifier, typically an FR, like a effects return of an amp, or just, basically just a effects return of the amplifier. And that allows you to send the full signal minus the cab. Now, Kemper does it way more elegantly. Fractal, you pretty much have to make 2 output blocks in your signal path and then send the output of basically have a cable from right before the cab going to your second output. And how does other units do it? Something similar for the Helix. Tollmaster Pro, I'm not quite sure if that's an option yet. I'm sure it is, but I hadn't really explored it a whole lot. Now my wife has had a sore throat, and now my throat's getting a little scratchy. So I'm drinking my ginger ale here. All right, let's bring in, I'm going to bypass this amp. And I'm going to bring in the orange amplifier, which is, there's a lot of good amps in here, a lot of good amps. Let's do like the Tangerine Channel 2. This is pretty cool. A little bypass. We'll actually turn down the time on this reverb. Crank that gain, man. Crank it. All right, now what I like to do from here is go to my hardware assign, and on this amp, I'm going to take it from toggle to scene. And on the first scene, or the first state of this scene, I'm going to have my amp 1 be on, and amp 2 is going to be off. Everything else can be, we'll just have it be no change. And then when I go to my second state of the scene, what was off is now on, and what was on is now off. And all the other no change is still no change. So then from there I can save it and go back. And on this first switch here, actually let me go here. Go to stomp view. Alright, what happened? There we go. So my scene 6, let me go ahead and edit that name. And also give it a different color. Let's make it red. And then this state is going to be blue. Like so. We'll change the name. We'll say XY. For amp XY, I get that naming scheme from the Fractal AX8. I mean, let's see. I'm talking in tongues here. We'll call this Doc XY, just real fast. All right, so. So this allows me to have my clean sound. kick over to my overdrive. Got the clean. Now, something about that volume jump I'm not too fond of. So, what I typically do is I put a graphic EQ after an amp, just whatever amp, and then I boost that just a little bit and maybe bring down the lows a touch. And then I go back into my hardware assign. I edit this. On the second state, this is going to be on. The first state is going to be off. And I'm going to save it. So now, on my clean tone, I have 0 graphic EQ, which is really a volume boost at this point. And then I switch over to the dirty amp. And I can go to my output, make sure that's... So it's hitting about the same kind of area there. Okay? So I got one switch that's basically swapping out my amplifier and also adding in a graphic EQ to overcome any volume difference. Now, in other units like Fractal, Kemper, Helix, Quad Cortex, Tonemaster Pro, there's a separate, essentially a master fader volume for each amp block, really for each amp block. And that allows you to adjust. First, it allows you to get the tone that you want. Then secondly, it allows you to adjust those volumes to better match. So when you switch between one amp to the next, you don't get any volume jumps. And that all happens within the amp block. But with Headrush, they try to stay very true to the original parameters or knobs that you get on the amp. And they did not add a separate volume. Like Helix calls it channel volume, for instance. And Fractal just calls it block volume and, whatever else. But Headrush has not chosen to do that yet. But maybe one day that will change. Who knows? Aaron, this is not the piezo. It is not a piezo. I have another guitar that's a piezo, and I can get that out and show you. But man, at 7 is my sweet spot too. I have my expression pedal set to the rig volume and set the sweep 30 to 70%. My output is pretty constant rig to rig. Yeah, that's cool. That's a good way of doing it too. Okay, so we got the orange amp. Now, actually, from there, what we can do, let's tap on this name, Doc XY, not Z, BLOR for black mini and the orange. So now. I'm going to save as a new rig and call this Doc XY. We'll do a totally different amp. We'll do a, let's do an MS-30. MS-30. And we will also do a, if I can type, a dual rec. looks like Doctor, but it's going to be a dual rec. Okay, so now from there, I've essentially saved a new rig with the same exact settings. I can just go double tap on this, go to here, and crap. What can I do now? I just want to swap this out. Okay, let me do it this way. Let me delete these amps. I thought it was going to be something where I could just switch them out, but it's not going to do it. We're going to do the MS-30, which is a matchless DC-30 kind of guitar sound. Very cool guitar sound. Cut about 50%. And then what do we say? We're going to do a dual rec, which is the tread plate modern. I prefer the modern myself. All right, now we got to save this. We're going to go into hardware assign. Amp 1 is going to be on. Actually, sorry. This one's going to be off. This one's going to be on. Switch to the other state. On, off. No change on. Shoot. Okay, save that. Now that, to some people, if you're used to a different unit, that whole process of going into hardware assign and switching to different, scene states and saying one is off, one is on. I mean, other units don't have to do that. You basically just go turn on or off whatever you want and then save it, and it just remembers what you've turned on and off. But in Headrush land, you have to specifically go tell it, I want this to be on or off, or have it be no change, which means when you switch to a different scene, that current pedal just stays on or off, depending on how you had the previous assignment. So, Francis, this is not the official HTS Rigs live stream. This is just some guy had a question, so I'm kind of going over that. But you've seen me make these rigs like 1,000 times in the past, so don't feel like these are anything special by any means. Okay, going back. Okay, notice how that's way less volume now, right? So let's bring up our master volume, channel volume. Now, something cool about the MS-30 is it really does a good job of that kind of breakup sound, especially if you got the volume a little bit higher. So it doesn't have to be squeaky clean. Which is really good for like Brad Paisley kind of country stuff, because he kind of lives right on that border edge of like clean and like broken up kind of sounds. So yeah, it might be a little too dirty. Let's go back and check out our dirt sound here. Now see how I have my gain pretty low? It's like on 20%. If you have it higher, to me that's just kind of a blown out kind of sound, which I'm not a big fan of. Maybe I'll keep it around 30%. Then I always try to bring down the bass just a touch. And then from there, let's see. I want to bring in a delay. Delay. Let's do a bucket brigade, echo long. And we'll make sure the sync is on, the tails are on. Don't want the hiss to be on. Turn down the mix. Right, maybe turn the feedback down a little bit. All right, now I do have this camera set up right here. And I do need to, I got a lot of videos from my headrest tone sculpting course that's on my website. If you want to learn more about the headrest, or really all modelers in general, because I kind of just use the same concepts for everything. But the headrest tone sculpting course is me going through all the amps, cabs, microphones, effects, and really dialing them in one by one individually, and show you how to get the best from each type of block. And there's easily over 100 videos in there right now. And there's going to be a lot more as Headrush keeps adding more and more stuff to their firmware. So that's going to be an ongoing, constantly updating kind of course. And right now I'm a little bit behind on that, but I'm going to, I just need to sit here tonight once this live stream is done. And I've been going for about an hour now. So, yeah, I need to get behind the camera and just knock some of those out. So I can just be up to date on all that. So, but yeah, enough about me. Y'all asked me some questions. It didn't have to be about Headrush or 7 strings. Hello, Thomas. Welcome to the live stream. I'm really serious. I love the dual rec on the Headrush and this DC30. Has a really nice jangle to it. Now I could stand to bring up that volume just a little bit more and then save it. Then I can always go to my neck pickup. Kind of sweeten the tone up a little bit, kind of smooth off the high end. Yeah, so cool. Sounds nice to me. Really nice. Now from there, I mean, you don't have to add in a whole lot of stuff if you don't want to. There's let's do like I really like the Sheriff. This Sheriff pedal is really cool. So that allows me to get like that mid gain kind of sound without fully going over to the MS30 just yet, or the dual rec just yet. So what I can do now is go to my hardware assign, and I want to have the Sheriff right here, have my Bucket Brigade delay there, and maybe have the party verb right there. And what's cool about the Headrush core, since it only has 5 switches here, you can use the bank A and B to, you hold that, You can get to your second bank. Let me go back here, like so. Cool. I like it. So here's my clean sound. Let's just say, for example, I do not want that sheriff to be turned on my second state. So I'm going to have that off no matter what. And I'm going to do that. There we go. Let me go to my website here. Yeah, we're going to go to the back end of my website, podia.com, which is what I use to host my webpage and all my courses. And we're going to go to products. We're going to go to all products. And we're going to go to doctors prescribe backing tracks. That's right. These are some pretty sweet backing tracks here. All right, what do we got? What do we have? Let's do a blues groove in A, shall we? Let's see what we got. Oh, snap. Here we go. Turn up a little bit. Here we go. Wow, shoot. All right. Not my best shining moment, but that was fun. Francis. I don't really write like lyrics or anything. I am mainly a producer of other people's music, but I am really behind on my backing tracks right now. But I need to start. What I'm going to do for this year of 2024 is basically follow the circle of fifths. So January is going to be a key of C, February is going to be a key of G, March is D, then A, E, B, F sharp, C sharp, A flat, E flat, B flat, F, and C. So that allows you to really a beginner or really anybody of any playing style or level, but that allows them to really learn the core first 5 or 6 keys: C, G, D, A, and E. C, G, D, A, and E. Yeah, that's 5. So the first 5 keys really well within those first 5 months. And then after that, they can just take everything they've learned as far as scales and arpeggios and chord types, and then apply them to some of the keys that you don't normally play on all that often, like C sharp, F sharp, stuff like that. B flat. Now, if you're playing like jazz or something like that, B flat is a pretty good key. It's a pretty popular key. And I try not to play in B flat unless I have a capo of some sort. Just because it's, if I don't have to do it, I'm not going to. But yeah, it's just it's a good learning resource. It's a practice tool, and it's really $20 per year. So all the backing tracks I made last year, it's just a one-time $20 fee. This year it's gonna be a one-time $20 fee. So you just keep paying $20 year after year, and get 52 backing tracks that you can play along with, practice to. And this year I'm really gonna do a lot better at providing secondary, or not secondary, but just supplemental materials to the backing tracks. And maybe even do like a little 1 or 2 minute, like little strum through, just me showing how to play the chords, maybe some strumming patterns I used in the backing track. So that way, if you are a beginner or maybe intermediate and you just need some help, learning what these things are, then that'd be a good resource for you. So this live stream is sponsored by my website, drmcfarlandstudios.com. And you can go check out some courses. You can go get some backing tracks. And I am behind on the backing tracks right now, but I'm going to get that figured out. Especially just 4 backing tracks a month, one every Friday. But I'll get caught up on that and then come out strong in the month of March and give you 4 in the key of D. Then April's in the key of A. Whoa, that worked out, right? And then May is in the key of E. Yeah, so that works pretty good. Yeah, I just don't do a lot of lyrics and stuff. So, I mean, I like producing more than sitting down and actually writing a song from scratch. Now, I could do like just instrumental music, and that's perfectly fine. But it's essentially what the backing tracks are anyway. It's just me creating a little 1-2 minute song and then just looping that out for the other 8 minutes to make a 10-minute total backing track. So I can pick another one here. I can pick another one. This one's kind of cool. This is only, this is 3 chords. Forgot where I'm at. This is one of my favorite pentatonics here. I like having the 6 on that B string. My root notes on that D. I'm on this, I'm on the position 1, right? So at that point, you got the pattern underneath your fingers, and now you're just trying to come up with different melodies that fit kind of the groove. So hitting that 3rd. It's a nice note right there. It's got good feedback. Let's go to the sheriff over here. That's the melody that I had originally. Neck pickup. so it's just little things like that. That was only 5 minutes right there, and that's plenty of time to just sit down, like figure out which scale, which pentatonic box you're gonna work on. You know, maybe you're gonna do a 2+3 thing where you go 1, 2, 3, right? You go 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Then you repeat that an octave higher. Right, then you just maybe explore some options in there. You know, whatever you want to do. So 10 minutes at a time. If you got a busy day, you're slammed at work, you got wife and kids, you gotta come home, eat dinner, you know, take a shower, whatever you gotta do. If you got 10 minutes a day, just sit down with your guitar and either work on your strumming, work on your scales, whatever you gotta do. 10 minutes at a time, you can get a lot done in that 10 minutes. And who knows, by the end of the 10 minutes, you're like, I'm feeling pretty good. Let me go for another 10 minutes, right? So you go find another backing track that you might want to explore. And yeah, we got all kinds of fun stuff in here. All kinds of fun stuff. Yeah, I played a Metal Bomb groove last time. That was kind of fun. Here's an Ed Sheeran song in C sharp major. That's cool. A driving groove in G. Ride the Wave is based off of a song by Russell Dickerson, which I really like. Francis is working on music now. And yeah, I could work with you to remix and master one of my songs sometime. Yeah, just send me the multi-tracks, and maybe we can do like a private live stream where I kind of show you how I would mix it. And we just kind of go from there. That'd be fun. Joel McCrete's in the house. What up, man? He's been my therapist the last few days. And I did sell the FM3 today. That sold really fast. Faster than I thought it was going to sell, but I'm really just done with it. If Headrush sounds wrong, I don't want to be right. Headrush is my baby. I love it. All right, I really want to do. Let me end this with. Let me end it with a little jam track here. Ride the Wave. This is cool. Russell Dickerson, check him out. He's actually he was in a band a long time ago. He was in a band a long time ago and doing like some Christian pop type stuff. But eventually he started writing his own songs and became a country superstar. He's doing some good things nowadays. So y'all check him out, Russell Dickerson. He's got some big guns, you know, whatever. All right, here we go. Key of C. Some delay. little longer feedback on that delay here. Yeah. Maybe just work on some rhythm a little bit. Work on your accent, your maybe work on your palm muting. Stay right in that pocket. All right, there we go. Another 5 minutes of back and track monotony. Yeah, it did. It sold real fast. FM3 Mark II Turbo. Gone in a day. Oh well. I don't need it. I got some sweet tones on the Helix earlier. Tonemaster Pro always delivers so good. But honestly, man, this Headrush core right here, watch out, folks. Really nice cleans. Let's see here. Tape delay. This is the Bucket Brigade delay I have right now, which is essentially a tape delay. The Headrush tape delay is one of the best tape delay algorithms I ever heard or used in any device, including Fractal, Strymon, Helix. If only as good a modulated or cloud reverb. Well, it is what it is. I did show you the this party verb here earlier. This has some sparkle kind of stuff going on, but Turn up the mix a little bit. Neck pickup. See, that sounds pretty nice. Then I kind of crank up the mix and the time. Let me go to an ambient thing here. So now I'm combining two different blocks. I got a long reverb after a more sparkly, kind of shimmery kind of reverb. And then if you want to let's move some things around here. Move this down. Let's say we want a man, I can't even see that. I want to put in a reverse delay. Reverse. Let's make the sync off. Let's turn it like 500-ish milliseconds. So now with all that going on, let me go back and turn up the party verb a little bit here. We can even go and change the algorithm. Let's say we do Octopop. Turn the mix of it down. Oh yeah, baby. Maybe we dampen it a little bit on the top end. Now at this point, we're combining two delays and two reverbs together just to make that sound. But it's a good sound if you can get it. Now imagine that you had those four elements in a parallel path to your dry tone, and you had a volume pedal at the beginning of my microphone. You had a volume pedal at the beginning of those of that chain, so then you can just swell in your foot whenever you wanted more or less of that wet ethereal type sound. So it'd be really cool. Really cool option there. Like for instance, this. What do I want to do here? What do I want to do? Nah, see, that gets into all kinds of other stuff I don't want. Okay. See what I'm doing here. Because I can't hardly see anything, man. Alright. We're going to put the sheriff and the 2 amps and the IR and the boost on this one mix. Then put all this over here with a volume pedal. Actually, I can do an auto swell. Check this out. It's going to be so cool, man. Let's bring the mix up a little bit on these. Let's do the mix there. That mix. And then this mix. All right, here we go. All right, so now it's in parallel with my dry sound. I could have swore I brought in a swell patch. Come on, swell default. All right, there we go. I don't know what I'm playing anymore. Let's see. What do I want to do here? What do I want to do? Let me get a cable out. Is this gonna work? Is this gonna work? Maybe. It might work. I'm gonna get my expression pedal hooked up here. And let's just see what happens. If I can do... I'm going to try and use that Kemper expression pedal. But it should all work just the same. We're going to do expression with the TRS cable. Now, hardware assign. We're going to assign the... Nah, it can't be an auto swell. I'm an idiot. Hold on. Hold on. Auto swell out. This is going to be... a volume. Default expression. Okay, let's see what happens. Nah. Yeah, it's working. See that on the screen there? I'm changing the sound. Okay, so now what I need to do is go to hardware assign, edit this scene. So on scene 1, all this is going to be on. Okay. The sheriff ain't going to be on yet. And then this is also going to be on this scene. Like so. Save. So now I can still switch my amps around, but I can also bring in my toe to. Maybe I put a reverb, like a general reverb after that. Let's just do a hall. Something like that. Alright, so maybe the mix isn't going to be up as high. Bring the mix of that down, the mix of this down. Just somewhere below 50%. Then yeah. Yeah, so that's kind of neat. So using parallel paths like that. Now you totally do that in Fractal. You can do that a little bit in the Helix. You can definitely do that in ToneMaster Pro. Kind of do that on the Kemper, but not really. I just don't think Headrush is ever going to have a totally customizable layout. But they do give you some predetermined layouts that work fairly well for most things that you want to do. So I am actually using the Kemper expression pedal for the Headrush because both of them use the same TRS style jack on the side. Let me see if I can use the Fractal real fast. I'm sure I can. This is the little Fractal EV2 that I did buy for the FM3, which I recently sold. But this is a cool little pedal. It's very small. Lightweight, and this can go into any bag I want. So let me unplug that. Plug this thing in now. Let's see here. Yeah, cool. Very cool. Let me turn the linearity of it off. Now, I can do this. Sustain, rise and fall. If you hold, I'll hold it slow. This is like the freeze pedal. Okay, I need to... I need to assign the on switch there. Nope, that one. Or maybe it's this. Maybe the switch. Yeah, I think it's that. So I gotta hit a chord. It's kind of like a bagpipe. Then we got wah, 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 wah. I can just sit here. Just let it go forever. It's kind of like a bagpipe, almost. So if you raise your release, when you turn off the switch, it'll kind of gradually fade out and not just abruptly, end. So that's probably a good thing. Let me turn my mic down just a bit. All right, folks. All right, Kiyoki. Thanks for stopping by. I'm just having fun at this point. Going for 2 hours now. The 2-hour live stream. There's a 3-hour tour and a 2-hour live stream on Gilligan's Island. Have you used the momentary button function with pitch? Octave. It is very cool. Momentary. Unfortunately, with the core, you can't do momentary switches. And I'll show you. So we got either toggle or we have scene. Now on the pedal board and the prime, you don't have to have all these secondary hold functions like you do on the core, the gig board, and the MX5. So you can do momentary type stuff on the prime and the gig board, or the core and the gig board and the whatever, the prime and the pedal board. Sorry. But yeah. All that stuff would be really cool. And who knows, eventually I may pick up if I find a good used prime on Marketplace, once I get some of this other stuff paid off and I get some cash freed up, I might invest in a prime. Because I do like having the full size board with the built-in expression pedal and all that, and all those other cool options that you can do with momentary switches and latching, and you get more switches on board and all that. Let me go check out Sweetwater real fast. Let's take a quick shopping spree here. I don't need this by any means, but what do we got here? We got my Doctor McFarland Studios in the house, man. Right there. Bam. All right, so we're going to go over here. We're going to say Headrush Prime. So it's $12.99. You can get one used on the Gear Exchange for $1,000. It's pretty good. There's 4 demos available starting at $11.69. Shop now. Okay. Let's see here. So, like new condition and is in perfect working order, includes all original accessories. The item ships in upgraded Sweetwater packaging. Excellent working condition. Excellent working, like new condition. This item is in good condition and working order, includes all. So something about that, maybe has some scuffs here and there, possibly, but they're selling it for the same price as all the other ones. So you might as well go for the like new condition versions and put it on your Sweetwater credit card after you use my affiliate links to buy whatever you want on Sweetwater there. But we got one listed for $1,000. This is the original Headrush board for $750. That's pretty good. The Headrush Prime for $1,000, $30 shipping. Here's a Prime for $1,100, $50 shipping. Wow. Now this is the price I pretty much got my original pedal board all those years ago. I got it for about $600. And there was a guy on the Headrush Facebook group. One of them. That's a really nice case too. Really nice case. That's very tempting for that something that cheap. But yeah, he actually got it from Gear Man Dude, which he used to be all over the YouTubes back in the day. I don't really see him as much nowadays, but I need to go check out his channel, see if he's still doing stuff. But yeah, he came up to the on the group and said, "Yeah, these three little blocks on the side, I can't get it to change. I can't change any of the parameters." He didn't know. He didn't know that you could just swipe your finger up on the screen and get to the other parameters. So once he said it was for sale, I quickly messaged him saying, "Hey, I'll Venmo." You know, I didn't have Venmo back then, but I had PayPal or whatever I did. I PayPal'd him $600. He shipped me the unit, and that's what I used for my the dawn of my channel, or my headrush channel anyway. All those headrush videos years ago, I used a $600 used headrush pedal board, and yeah, it was great. It was a good deal. And this is in Fort Wayne, Indiana, which I am going to. I am going to Sweetwater here at the beginning of March. Me and a compadre from work are going up there to present the new Harrison console and some Harrison 500 series modules. And so we're going to drive up there, spend about 4 days at Sweetwater doing all the stuff. I'll probably get to go have some fun shopping around, checking out the place. I might bring a camera just to get some cool B-roll footage, and I might just use my phone. I have a pretty good phone now. It has some good video on it. So anyway, that's the way it is. Yeah, so so how that works, like I said, so the core, the gig board, and the MX5, they all have secondary functions per switch. And since you have that hold function, you can't do a momentary switch because it would be too confusing. On if you held it down, they would wonder, it's like, well, are you trying to switch to a different function, or are you now doing a momentary? I don't know which one is which. So so yeah, that's why you can't do it on the smaller units, but you can on the pedal board and the Prime, because they do not have secondary functions assigned to the switches. So there you go. Woo. That is nice. All right, so I might do some more of that kind of stuff on Thursday-ish of this week. Doing a headrush tone sculpting on alternate paths and all that fun stuff. But for now, we got a nice little MS30's clean tone going on. There you go. That is the Kiesel Aries, or actually the A2 model. This has an input jack on the back as well, so I could go like this. Maybe. Plug that in back there. And now I got the cable kind of sticking out the back, out of the way. Let me go back here. All right, so real fast, and then I'll head out. But Let's go here and let's zoom in a bit on the screen here. So what I've done is I have in a parallel path on the front end, I have my amps, my cab, and my boost and sheriff all in the front. Right? And then on the top half, I have a volume pedal, reverse delay, bucket brigade delay, party verb, and a air verb. And that's creating this cool ethereal type thing that I can swell in and out with my foot. So probably want to bring in, let's bring in the mix on these pretty high. Like so. Yeah, it's not working. It's not working like I want. Yeah, so this is essentially just a way to swell in. Swell in different effects here. Which is working out pretty well. Let's try that. Yeah, like that. So you got that shimmery kind of reverby sound going on. Like so. Make sure the tails are on there. And all these. So that way when they get bypassed, if they do, they'll keep going. Okay, all that's good. I'll save it. Okay, I'll put the heel back down. All right, so that's how all that works. When I'm alone in the studio, I just sit here in front of my studio monitors. I just play through those the vast majority of the time. I have headphones on right now, but I do have the Fender FR10 back here and the Laney LFR12 FRFR cabs. And those sound really good, but I mean, so does the studio monitors. I have the RCF Aura 6s. And they work really well. I'm very interested in the PreSonus speakers that they have out currently. They're kind of shorter in frame, but they're supposed to be really good for like surround, like Atmos mixing and stuff, or just general purpose mixing. But honestly, I don't need to spend money on different speakers. I mean, the ones I have are great. The RCF RS6s. And for what my room is, and, you know, it's not really professionally treated or anything. These speakers sound great, and they're like $400 for the pair. So I really don't need to spend any more money on speakers at this point. I do have a Quilter Aviator Cub over here. Then you also see I have the Boss Katana 100 watt combo behind me. So I really have I have 2 amp options and 2 FR options. And that's way more than enough for what I do. Yeah, it's the party verb that has like a shimmer type sound in it that works really well. Hey, you're going to outer space. Look at that. It's cool. It's a cool picture. Who was the cameraman when Neil Armstrong walked on the moon? Who's shooting all that footage? Where was it coming from? We don't know. It's very strange. I'm not a conspiracy theorist or anything. I just don't believe the government. Okay, I'm going to end it with that. Thanks, guys, for watching. I am Dr. McFarland. Please subscribe down below. Click the bell, and so you'll be notified for future videos. I will more than likely go live Thursday night for the actual headrush tone sculpting live stream for the month of February. And we may do some parallel path stuff. You be ready for your questions, and I can answer any kind of questions that you have about the headrush, really any of the headrush units during that live stream on Thursday. All the rigs I make go into the HTS rigs course. That is a one-time fee. Let me go here real fast. Let me go to the main website here. Because this video is sponsored by my website. I have gone up on my price for the HTS rigs. And I'll tell you why I did that. At some point I was like, well, I have multiple years of content now. I got 2021, which is not a full year. It's only about 6 months. Then a full 2022, a full 2023. And you see I need to do my February one for 2024. So as the years go by, there's more and more rigs going to be included. And I felt the need to raise the price by $10. So for anyone who has already signed up for the $20 fee, congratulations, you get it for life at $20. Well, the more rigs and months I do this, it's gonna keep adding more and more value. So I wanted to still keep the price pretty low, but still also raise it a little bit to just cover the time that I take doing all this work for you guys and to teach you how to use these modeling units and all that stuff. So, and really, this is I don't do join here for the YouTube, whatever. I don't do Patreon. I don't do other kind of subscription services. Everything on my website is just a one-time fee. Take it or leave it. And like that headrush stuff, you get all the rigs I will ever make during these live streams in that course. So if you ever want to be inspired, and go download some headrush rigs, you can go do that for a one-time fee, and then just keep coming back for more every time I keep adding more stuff. And I also raised the price because I have a headrush bundle that is, where's my headrush bundle? So you got the headrush clones for $20. So my headrush bundle is $147. So what usually happens is you'll check out like the headrush tone sculpting course for $76. And then when you check out, it will ask you, hey, do you want to upgrade this sale to the full bundle for $147? And really at that point, it's just another $70 or so. And you also get asked the same question when you buy any of the other headrush products. Like, do you want to go ahead and upgrade to this bundle and just get everything I have on the headrush course or the headrush products? So raising the price up to $30 allows me to actually lower the price it would take to get the full bundle by $10. And I just think it's a better deal for everybody. Because I really do want you to have the bundle. I want you to go dive into all the videos I have on the headrush, either on my YouTube channel or here on the website. And no Patreon, no subscription services. Just if you want to help support what I do here on YouTube and on my website, then buy a course, buy some backing tracks. I'm not wearing it right now, and I'm mad about myself about that, but I do have some new merch. You can go up here to merch and it takes you to bonfire.com, which I really wish it would open up in a new tab. But I have hats. I have an audio surgeon design, which is me, my audio services, doing mixing, editing, stuff like that. Are You Predestined to Rock? Doctor McFarland's Studios logo, and then the full size logo on the t-shirt there. So I got t-shirts and hats for sale, and all that stuff. So thanks guys for watching and for all your support throughout the years, and any new people that have joined the channel lately by either subscribing or commenting or all that stuff. So we've been now going for 2 hours and 18 minutes, so I really need to shut this down. Thanks to everyone for commenting. Thanks, Francis, for the kind words. This guy's got an MX5 and a Telecaster 60s vibe custom. That's nice. Yeah, MX5 is still a great. You can do all the stuff I did with the core tonight on the MX5, and it still sounds just as good. So that's the cool thing about Headrush is all the units share the exact same DSP. So what you make on one unit, you can just transfer over to the other one and all that. Now, unfortunately, with the Prime and the Core, you can't downgrade to the legacy units because of the number of blocks. You can't go down from 14 to 11, but you can go from 11 up to 14. So anything you made on the MX5, you could easily transfer to a Prime or a Core unit and get the exact same sound, which is actually be a really cool way of doing it. You can have like this small unit here at the house or your practice studio, and then just just transfer up to the Prime or Core, and then go out and play a show wherever you're doing. So anyway, all good options. Thanks guys for watching. I will see you in the next video. Keep